Before this series started, I stated that I was really glad the Blues matched up with the Canucks. So that was a good matchup. I also thought this is a good chance for the Vancouver Canucks to look across the ice and go, that's the Stanley Cup champion, and that's how to play the game. And this was the most convincing win of this series by either team. And the momentum now is so firmly behind St. Louis. I'm going to be really interested to see how Vancouver answers this in Game 5, because this, like we've talked about, the Arizona Coyotes looking overwhelmed, the Chicago Blackhawks at times looking overwhelmed. Tonight, this was Vancouver's turn. We're starting to see the contenders rounding into form. St. Louis, when they got to Edmonton, seemed almost disinterested, lazy in games, not playing very well, and now this is the St. Louis Blues team that won the Stanley Cup last year, and we'll see if they can continue that. We'll see if they can consistently be that. So Horvat was shaken up early on a hit from Scandella, and it was an image of what was to come tonight. And there was no Steen, no Tarasenko, still no Myers. Gaudette wasn't in the lineup. Virtanen's in. Virtanen's not even on the board. Honestly, I would be very surprised if Virtanen dresses in the next game. I would also be surprised if there aren't major changes to the Canucks lineup next game. So the physical punishment that the Blues were dishing out tonight, even though the hits are really close, it felt like it really started to hit the star players of the Vancouver Canucks. Now, the St. Louis Blues did this last year against Dallas. They did it against Boston as well. And yet, even though those are two of my favorite teams, I never got mad at them about it. I'm not mad at them tonight either. There's no anger for me towards the St. Louis Blues. And if any Canuck fan wants to say anything about, the referees hosed the Canucks, they had a lot of power plays, so they had a lot of chances to dig their way out of this. And the Blues tonight, they adjusted. This was a huge adjustment to the few weaknesses the Blues had in the first three games. Gone tonight. Just gone. Dunn takes a penalty. Canucks go to the power play. Edler then takes a penalty, so it's 4-on-4 for 21 seconds, and the Blues get a power play after that. Both goalies look pretty sharp again, and both goaltenders played very well. This again shows Jake Allen can be a very good goaltender. And I keep thinking back to during the season when I saw, even Blues fans say he's the worst goaltender ever. We need to just trade Allen for whatever, get a bag of pucks. He's not worth the money, and Binnington's the guy, and he's been pretty solid. And honestly, again, he just looks dialed in right now. Post for O'Reilly, and that line looked great right out of the gate. And this is the thing. You have the Shen line, you have the O'Reilly line, and what they have that the Canucks lines don't have is they have that experience. They've been through this before. This is old hat to them. They know what they have to do. This is something the Canucks are going to need to go through. They have to learn how to win. And this is something every team does. You have to learn how to win. This is how that goes. Perron got a delay of game penalty, so that's Canucks power play number 2. And the Blues penalty kill, really good. Jake Allen made some saves as well on the odd occasion where the Canucks got a look on the power play tonight. Pressure by the Canucks drew a penalty on McEachern. So power play number 3 was penalty kill number 3 for the Blues, and they killed it. And it was good pressure, no panic, and no room for the Canucks out there tonight. None of this fancy schmancy stuff the Canucks were getting with. None of these highlight reel moves and fast breaks for the Vancouver Canucks tonight. Besser then went to the box. He didn't like that call. So it was 4-on-4 for 47 seconds. The Blues get a power play. Thomas gets a post after the faceoff, but O'Reilly would score from Pietrangelo at 16:43. That's a power play marker. And it's the first time that the Blues have had a lead in this series. So, of course, they won the last game in overtime. And that really, in all honesty, could very well be the turning point. We could look back on this series and say, if the Canucks win that game in overtime, they go up 3-0. Tonight's game could have been completely different. But the Blues, I think, sensed this could be their turning point. Sanford had a chance that was stopped, and then Roussel dropped Blais. I got to be honest, I was surprised Roussel didn't get more than he did in that instance, because I thought that looks like an instigator to me. But all right. Second period, Blais wasn't on the ice to start the second, but he would come back. Miller then gets a goal from Edler at 40 seconds. And you're like, okay, maybe the Canucks are in this after all. After a first period where they were outplayed somewhat by St. Louis. Second period, that goal was not a sign of things to come. Delay of game by Parayko. The Canucks get a power play. The Blues kill it. The Blues pushed at 4 minutes. Scandella playing really well tonight. He kind of stood out. Every night it seems like there's a different blue liner for St. Louis who stands out. Miller stopped Sanford. The Blues were really controlling the play. And then a really nice goal by O'Reilly on a pass from Perron. This is a good, hard-working shift. O'Reilly with the second goal of the game at 6:52. And it showed that the Blues were willing to take the punishment and do the hard work, get to the net, and just get those, not necessarily beautiful goals, but the goals that they need to get on Markstrom in order to, survive this series and not end up getting knocked out in the first round. Parayko then had a point shot that was stopped, but boy, you could tell at that point the Blues are in complete and total control. And it honestly, and I, obviously I was hoping the Canucks might make a comeback, but it is impressive to watch these Blues when they're on. It is impressive. It reminds me of, Game 7 Stanley Cup Final last year. As much as I'm like, man, the Bruins come up short. At the same time I'm watching this saying, this is a really impressive outing from the Blues. Schwartz had a chance that was saved. Edler had a penalty that was drawn by Schwartz. So that's power play number 3 for the Blues. The Canucks' fast breaks were being completely blocked. They were being smothered. There was a play as well in the third. I don't know if I have it on the board here. I don't. So there was Hughes to Pettersson. So this is that Hughes to Pettersson home run pass. Blues hold him up to force him to be offside. So this is one of those, instead of those puck to, stick to stick passes and those great 2-line passes, the Blues were defending it really, really well. The scouting finally caught up with the Canucks tonight, and those fast breaks just weren't there. You could see the Canucks going for those home run passes and the Blues playing back, either making sure they didn't get through or just holding up the Canucks going through the neutral zone, and they end up going offside on some of those plays. Perron had a steal at the net, causes a scrum. McEwen then takes a penalty. The Blues have a power play. Fantenberg takes a boarding call. It was a senseless move by Fantenberg. It's 5-on-3 for 53 seconds. During that 5-on-3, it's Pietrangelo, who's also starting to heat up. He had a goal and an assist at that point. O'Reilly with his third point of the night. And Perron with his second assist of the night. These are the guys that if you're the Canucks, you have to keep them off the board. So it was 3-1 at that stage. And then there was a last-minute break for the Blues that was denied. This could have been much uglier than 3-1 after the second period. This was total, complete dominance by the Blues in that second period. This was textbook St. Louis. Third period, the Shen line set the tone early. The O'Reilly line then rolled over after them. And that fourth line with McEachern played pretty well as well. This was whatever line you want to talk about for the Blues. Sundqvist had a good game. He had some shot blocks going, some good deflections to keep the puck away from Allen. Really, all around. Horvat was getting hit a lot tonight. And in the third, he went down. A couple of them he was slow to get up from. He's going to be banged and bruised up. And this is just this playoff hockey. He's just going to have to fight his way through it. Post for Blais as the Blues were pushing. Shen gets a high stick. Canucks needed a power play goal. They didn't get it. They're 0 for 5 at that stage. No daylight by the Blues. Like there was no, again, it's not just the fast break. It's those cross crease passes. It's those cross the ice passes, just sticks in the lane. Good hard work. Challenge. So as soon as that puck went to Hughes tonight, where the Blues might have given him time to get all creative and do his fancy moves, tonight it was Blues straight out on him, pressure him, and force him to make the pass. Force him to make the decision sooner than he wants to. Just shut down hockey there. Pettersson had a chance on a fast break that missed. He went high and wide on it. Blues were killing the clock up by 2. You could see it. You could see where there's continuous play, and they're just dump it out, make you come in, dump it out, make you come in. And they were being careful not to ice it a bunch of times and not really give the Canucks any chance for really strong pressure in their zone. Dunn takes a penalty. It's the Canucks' 6th power play, and on that power play, 0 shots. Shot blocking. Get in the middle. Make sure the passes don't get through. Give Pettersson nothing. Just smother the play is what St. Louis was doing here. Goalie pull with 3 minutes left. Blues challenging every single pass, every single chance. Gunnarsson takes a penalty. That's power play number 7 with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. That makes it 6-on-4. Great penalty call by the Blues. I can't... Again, I didn't come out of this game angry or upset or frustrated. I came out of this game just saying, that's St. Louis Blues hockey. This is what made them the #1 team in the West during the regular season. This was a dominant performance, and I'm going to be fascinated in Game 5 to see how the Canucks answer this. This is really, really tough to answer, because if you're Travis Green, there's a lot you can talk to the guys about. There's a lot you can work on. If you're Craig Berube, it's just, hey guys, so do that again. Play physical, give them no breaks, make sure that they can't get their passes. And yeah, if you guys got to take some penalties, hey, if you're killing penalties like that, you're golden. So the shots were 13-11 St. Louis in the first, 17-5 St. Louis in the second. Both teams had 7 shots in the third. Final shots 37-23 for St. Louis. The hits were 33-31 for St. Louis. Power plays 2 for 5 for St. Louis, 0 for 7 for Vancouver. Jake Allen, 21 saves on 22 shots. Markstrom did his best, 34 saves on 37 shots. But at the end of the night, this was the Blues. This is a dominant performance. Vancouver's got to go back to the drawing board. I would say make 2 or 3 lineup changes minimum and find some strategy change if you can on the fly, because all of the momentum is with St. Louis. And so far in the first 4 games, whatever team is wearing the road jersey has won. So maybe the Canucks can use that. Again, it's grasping at straws? Absolutely. We'll see what happens in Game 5. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.